What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is C.A.M.P.S Beardy today, bringing you the celebration week, and we're kicking it off with some subscriber camps, and one that was submitted from the PC. A PC subscriber sent me in his camp. He recorded himself, and he sent it in to be into the episode. So you can stay tuned to check that out. Now, if you're wondering what Celebration Week is, I'm almost on 450 subs, man. I'm 15 away from 450 subs. So I thought I'd celebrate the fact that I'm over 400 by doing an entire week of just bringing stuff for you guys. So from Monday to Friday, I'm only doing a 5-day weekend because a 5-day week because the weekend I'm doing stuff. But for the entirety of this week, I will be live streaming just random stuff so you guys can come and hang out with me. Most likely at about 10 p.m. my time, 10 p.m. GMT. But let's talk about the first camp we've got here. Now, the first camp is a treehouse, and this immediately brings up problems. A treehouse build always comes with the problem of you can either never fit a wall on it, or you can never fit a roof on it. And I completely and utterly understand your pain. Now, there was one thing that kind of creeped me out about this build, and that's the fact that all these plushies of this rabbit were just all over the place. And I hate plushies. I have 2 teddies. And those are a teddy that I've had since I was born, which is a polar bear, and one that is really creepily staring at me that I can see out the corner of my eye, which is Jack Skellington dressed as Santa Claus. And I love that chimney, by the way, going through the roof. I'm stealing that, and I'm going to use it in the build. But yeah, so this made sense. Building around a treehouse is very hard to do. You've seen me do it before on a previous build, and it is bloody annoying. Just trying to get a roof on or trying to get a wall in because you're either too close to the tree or the tree's hitbox is clipping through something. It just sucks. But this was a good build. Now, there are some things that could be changed, like A, remove a ton of those plushies. Seriously. B, turn this bunk bed around. It doesn't matter if the ladders are up near the stove. Turn it around because it makes complete and utter sense. I had a bedroom that had, when I was younger, growing up with my brothers, I had a bedroom that had 2 sets of bunk beds in them, and we had it, ladders were on the opposite end because that's just the way it was, and it works. It actually looks better than having, ladders on the opposite side. Also, the fact that all these jars were hanging around the place, that's kind of weird. Like, one, I can understand, but you've gone out of your way to capture these frogs and put them in these jars, and I don't know if it was for a badge or anything, but that's just freaky, dude. That's just well freaky. Now, however, I did like the layout. The layout made sense. Leaving an almost identically symmetrical gap between the sides of the tree with the roof probably was a ball ache, unless you got lucky with it. Now, the purifier is locked, and the fact that that electrical room is locked, I'd mark you down for. I'm not a big fan of locked doors because it means either you're hiding something from me, or I can't come and check out your build, which kind of slips because I like to show off everybody's build. But at the same time, I do understand. Now, big thing, prices. I'm immediately a netty no-no. And you're probably thinking, but the prices make sense. You might be right. To you, the prices might make sense. To me, I look at something and I go, does it really? Does it really? Like, something, 3,330 caps for that super sledge. Is that really the price that we want? Now, I've said in previous builds, I'm trying to learn the effects and what that has on the price of a weapon or a piece of armor, and I'm getting there. But seriously, I need someone to drop a flow chart or something of how this, because I don't have time to wrap my head around it. But yeah, I mean, an anti-armor sledgehammer at level 2. Now, it has a 40% faster swing and ignores 50% of your target's armor. Right. Some of them, I'm guessing, only apply... Well, most of them will only apply to the type of build. So, melee only really applies to melee. Guns only apply to people with guns. Explosives, you get the drill. So, you're basically marketing it to people who are doing that kind of build. So I wouldn't really charge 3,330 caps. I would probably go somewhere in the realm of 2,000 to 2,500. But I like this build. You had to make some compromises, but the compromises made sense. The only thing that was bad was the prices, really. But I like it. However, we're moving on to another build, and the person was actually in for this build, which was pretty funny. So this is, and I'm probably going to have terrible trouble mentioning the name. Show me the name. Expecto Patronads. There we go, that's your name. You're Expecto Patronads. Yeah, you were in for this build, which was pretty funny. And I'm pretty sure you knew what I was doing when I popped up. And this build's just creepy. Now, people have been able to tell sometimes by the tone of my voice how I am going to react to a camp. Dude, what was going on with this camp? I understood it was a Mothman-themed kind of cultist build. I get that. Like, the whole thing with the moths to flame on the TV. Funny as hell. But, dude, you went over the top with just, like, there's disturbing, which is like a little bit. Then there's creepy, which is a little bit more. Then there's just, oh dear God, get me out of here before he burns me alive and uses my ashes for some sort of weird cultist ritual. And if you were going for that, well done, because you have way too much creepy paraphernalia Mothman stuff all over the place. Tone it back. That's something I'm marking you down for. Like, seriously, tone that shit back. And I really need to adjust myself because I'm sat on a ridge and it's fucking killing my ass. But I did like the Firefly on the piano. That was pretty funny. But yeah, really tone it down with, like, just only a few. You don't need to take all of them out. You just need to take a couple of them out. And it would have made this entire thing a lot better. Now, the layout was very basic. You followed a 90-degree rule. Now, I have a 90-degree rule, which is, when doing something, try and do it at a 90-degree angle. I will explain this a little bit later on with the next build. But you put exactly what you sell in your vending. You labeled your vending machines. I'm happy to see someone doing this still, because people aren't doing it and it bugs the crap out of me. And I liked your prices. This gun, this acceptable overkill, it's a 3-star. Now, it might not have the best things on it, but it's a 3-star, and you're doing it for basically just under 1,000 caps. That's decent. I'm perfectly fine with that. And then you've got your Assassin's 50 cal. Once again, don't really know the stuff. However, I'm going to mark you down on the Gamma Gun. Gamma Guns are pointless unless you're attacking one thing. I don't care if you sold me, you found the best Gamma Gun in existence, like a 3-star super duper mega ultra chocolatey red fudge covered butt fucking Gamma Gun. I still wouldn't buy it. I'd 50 caps. I'd give you. I'd do that. And the preserved pie. I'm pretty sure that stuff on top is cream, so that's a cream pie. A giggity goo. There we go. There's my innuendo for the thing. But your pricing was pretty decent. Now, fusion cores being at a 76, I don't know if that was a reference to the game, but I loved it, and it makes sense. And all the other ammo being at 1 cap is good, because then you're literally just buying a bullet a cap, which makes sense, because you can't do bulk ammo, which kind of sucks. So I did like that. Now, I don't know if you were trying to go for something freaky deaky with the whole kind of 333, 222, 111 kind of stuff that we see in your prices, because some of these shouldn't really have been marked at this price. But then again, sorry, I'm having a little bit of trouble breathing. But then again, a lot of your prices were good. They made sense. For like the Asylum hats, those are annoying to find, but you sold them at 44 caps a piece. That's decent. I like it. And the fact that you just had a reasonable price for stuff, like 99 caps is the maximum in your notes for your plans. That's beautiful, man. I wish I was doing drugs right now. I don't really, but it's beautiful. It's nice to see someone putting prices that make sense. Fuck sake, people, start marketing your stuff properly. My subscribers are really good at doing it. Some of them aren't. A lot of you are. I'm very proud of you for doing that. But the entire build overall, I am going to have to give a 50-50, because though it was an interesting build with the whole Mothman kind of thing, it was a bit overkill in some areas. Some of the prices were good, some weren't, and yeah, just the overall shape was a bit weird. But this is Red Wolf's build. Now, Red Wolf is, and this is where I'm going to explain the did I call you Red Wolf? Yes, I did. It's Redhead Wolf. Red Hood Wolf. I keep forgetting the hood part. But this guy runs PKOA, the people who do random encounters with me. And I know I sound like I'm losing my train of thought. It's 4:25 in the morning. But Red, I'm going to explain something to you which I don't think I've ever explained to you before, and I'm going to explain it to my audience as well. There is... Now, I don't want to make it sound like I'm just trying to impose these rules on people, but there is something I like to call the 90-degree rule, which is always follow a 90 degree, a nice, sharp right angle, especially when it comes to things like elevation. Now, you do this perfectly with your ground. With your floor paneling, this is good. And the way you lost me was here with the little crow's nest flag. What I would have preferred to have seen was stairs, platform, 90-degree turn, stairs. That's what I would have loved to have seen there. That's where I mark you down a little bit, because having stairs, then stairs, you don't really see that in real life. Like, the only place I can really think of seeing it is in possibly a bridge that goes over a train track, but even then it goes stairs, platform, stairs, depending on the height of the thing. And then you have a 90-degree bridge, 90-degree stairs down. So elevation, it is a hard one to do, especially depending on how you want to build it. But for the rest of it, it was very good. You follow the 90-degree rule, which is, unless you're building a circle house, everything should be at a 90-degree angle. Unless you're also building, like you just saw with the whole shooting range that he had set up. And I do like that shower right there with the crocodile inside of it. That's pretty funny. But always try and follow a 90-degree rule, because it makes things look better. And I'm not just saying that as like a guy trying to be snobby. 90 degrees, there's a reason when you see things at 90 degrees, or you put things at 90 degrees, they look a lot better than if they're at like 73.2 degrees or whatever. But your build was nice. Now, you've got things set up in a way that makes sense. You've got a kitchen, you've got a bar, you've got a front room. The kitchen makes sense. The way you've slotted them together is quite interesting. That chemistry station and the cooking stove. This futon, this little bench thing, I understand in real life it's for sticking your feet on. I think that's what you were going for, but it just didn't really make sense. And the fact that I couldn't get into your office was kind of annoying. I wanted to show people your office, and I do like the fact that your office is very minimal. And it's very nice. It follows a minimalist kind of build. The rest of your thing is kind of extravagant and just lush. But your office, where it makes sense, where you'd buckle down and do work, it's that exactly. Now, your prices, on the other hand, some of them were good. Some of them, to me, didn't really make sense. Like this sunshine oil, I don't know what it does, but 150 caps. Now, because I don't know what it does, that might be a very reasonable price for it. So, yeah, it might be, but I don't know what it does, so I'm marking you down for that, because we fear change. Now, also, this Deathclaw hide at 1,300. Is this supposed to be something rare? Because you can kill a Deathclaw real easy. So, I don't know. Yeah, some of them I'm going to have to mark you down for, but that's okay, because I'm going to give your camp a 50-50. It follows a good 90-degree rule, but that elevation and some of your pricing and the fact that I couldn't get into your office to show the people, I'm marking you down for. But I loved it the same. Now, this is the one that you've all been waiting for since the beginning of the video. It is the PC subscribers camp. And I don't know if it's amazingly different, but the graphics look a whole lot better for some reason. Just from my perspective, they look a whole lot better. Now, this base is an extractor base. Now, normally when you build an extractor base, like you're like, I want to get an extractor to extract acid or lead or whatever, so I'm just going to build a small thing around it. It normally tends to be a garage or a garage, a garage if you're a posh git, a garage if you're a simple bloke like me. But I did like this. It is a good mix between metal and brick. And that is a very hard one to pull off. Now, I've been having a little bit of trouble recently with the half wall kind of stacking kind of thing. It kind of bugs me, but you've managed to get it going. So I think this might just be the wall to my right then was a mix of half walls. And you've got a half wall kind of running around the top area as well. I don't know what's going on console, but we can't stack half walls. But I do like the fact that this reminds me of my robot build, actually. Back on Fallout 4, I built a robot settlement that just ran with robots, and it had that kind of the up into the do you know what, we'll call it an overseer's office or the warden's office. That I kind of had in my one, you know, an elevated position to look out over your floor. I did like that. And this little hang here with your open water purifier, I dig that as well. And it's just great. Also, the decoration with these blueberries. I think they're blueberries in real life. That was kind of cool. Now, that overhang there, it's your only little bit of a setback so far. And I would say the spacing of your trees, your mute fruit trees, that's a little bit weird as well. But I'm digging the camp. It is a very nice, very simple camp. I just noticed that monitor was not hooked up to anything. That's kind of weird. But you've got everything separated out into a place that you'd need it. So you've got your ammo, we saw earlier, set out. You've got your weapons here. You've got your extractor set around the middle, which is pretty cool. And I didn't know that they had the stairs on it. That is an interesting one. I didn't know that there was stairs built on the side of extractors. But it's an acid extractor, so that, you know, that's pretty cool. And the whole side entrance kind of spiel, I do like seeing that kind of stuff, because people will just leave a big garage door open as the only way in. Yeah, I'm not a big, like, having a side door makes sense. The roof, it's well, the roof I did like. It was a little bit janky, and you do have clocks. I think you've got multiple of the same clock all over the place. That's kind of weird, unless you like clocks. If you like clocks, that's perfectly fine, go ahead. But your armor bench outside, that was kind of cute as well. I did like that. And there is a little thing that I will point out. So you've got these stairs heading up right here. That window by your tuber, you can jump through it. That's why I love those windows that people have if they've got a locked camp and I want to be nosy. I'll just jump right through that window. That's how I do it. But yeah, no, I did like this build. And you did send me in the email that you couldn't or you forgot to record your prices. So here are the prices. And just looking at them now, because it's the first time I've really given them some thought. 100 caps. Oh no, 200 caps for a footlocker is your maximum there. That looks pretty good. Yeah, okay, I'm digging this cap. Overall, I'm gonna give you a thumbs up. Your prices are good, your build was simple but effective, and the mix between the brick and the metal was good. So you're getting a thumbs up from me. You're not getting a 50. I was gonna go 50-50, but you're getting a thumbs up from me. But that is it for the subscribers that I managed to get a hold of and view. Some of them weren't online, or some of them were doing other games. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Look out for me streaming. I will be streaming on YouTube. I'm not going to stream on Twitch because Twitch is just shit now. So I'm going to be streaming on YouTube. So come along and join in and have fun and talk to me. We're just going to be playing stupid stuff. I might play some XCOM or some Fallout. I don't know. But until then, you know the drill. Like, share, and subscribe. And until the next time, stay awesome.